Welcome everyone. Today's video I want to talk about how to use the Yamaha MG10XU, the mixer, how to use that mixer with GarageBand. So some keywords you might be used to when you research this mixer. It's a USB audio interface. It can be a USB sound card. It can be used like one. It's also an audio mixing console. But this is going to show you a little bit about the setup for the Yamaha MG10XU mixer. And it is also about mixing, attaching the mixer to a Mac. So why don't we get started? First, I'd like to show you just a few things that we have here. You notice those little lights blinking. That's because I already have a microphone on. And what I'm going to do here is just zoom down a little bit and show you these settings. So what I'd like to show you first is our peak setting. I've actually set it at that little triangle there. The manufacturer recommends that. And then I've turned up my gain fairly high, if you can see that. The other thing I should mention while I'm at this part is to talk about the phantom power switch. This is a really great feature for this mixer and of course adds to its uses. The microphone I am using is a phantom powered mic, so that button comes on, and that's basically the setup here I have for this mic. Other things we're going to mention right now, we are USB into the mixer. We'll deal with this channel later. You'll see that level 9 and 10. For playback though, you see this button here called line and USB. Right now I've got that button pressed in to indicate USB. That means the computer will be sending a signal back to this mixer to go through the speakers. But that'll get us started. After this, we'll take a look at GarageBand. What I want to show in this particular scene is how our microphone plugged into the mixer shows up in the track called Audio 1. And you'll notice the green bar, it's staying below that dot right here. And that's good. If it goes above it, that's bad, because that means when we have playback, we'll actually get some peaking. And digital distortion's not anything that we want to keep. You'll notice it jumped up to yellow. Now yellow's okay. It's when it goes to red that we want to be careful about. So that's just to show you what the screen looks like. Here's a track I've already recorded. You'll notice here's just a normal file, digital audio file. So from here, I'm actually going to back up and record a couple tracks, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks. Okay, so here I am actually going to do a couple tracks. Got my headphones on so I can hear the metronome. Got GarageBand here on the screen, which I'll show you in the next scene. But I'm just going to go ahead here and hit record. There's my beat. Okay, so there's a little bit. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never. Try as I may, I could never explain what's going on when you don't say a thing? All right, so there's a little bit. So there's a little bit of 2 tracks just to show you, give you an example of how this mixer works, filling in or substituting for a sound card that it can be done. I'm going to turn this off now and we'll go back to the screen and show you what it did. Okay, we're back looking at the GarageBand software. A few things I'd like to show you here. On a record, what I did, this is actually refers to the metronome, which is right here. That's how I kept them in sync. My vocal track and my guitar track, I had that metronome to go by. This was our guitar track. And if we mute that, if we solo that out, I don't know how well you can hear that. Let me turn that up for you. So there that is. Ooh, we're going to get some feedback if we're not careful because this mic is on. And our speakers, even though they're in the computer, can really pick it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the metronome. So hopefully you can hear that. That's the guitar track by itself. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring in the guitar. So you're going to hear both of these now. Let's go ahead and back it up. And we'll start right here. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never. Try as I may, I could never explain what's going on when you don't say a thing. Okay, so that's just a little demonstration of how I use the mixer to get these 2 tracks. Relatively straightforward. Just one thing I want to show you down here. It's showing us pointing to, that's the mixer there. So all our input is coming in from the mixer. So as you wrap up this video, there's one more thing you might be wondering about, and that's how to use your studio monitors with the mixer. So what we're going to do here is first of course that's our GarageBand file. I'll go over here to the mixer and show you what we've got and how I set it up to do this output. We have channel 1. Probably first take a look at channel 1. You'll notice I've got the peak all the way down. I've got the gain all the way down. The reason for that is it's very sensitive when you turn on your monitors, and lots of feedback. So now we go over to probably the next thing to cover would be this channel 9 and 10. A couple things to mention here. First, this USB button. That's pressed in. The reason for that is the computer is now through USB communicating with the mixer. And to do that, we've got another button down here, that red button. See how it says 2 monitor is out and 2 stereo is in? So we've got that pressed all the way in. The next thing we're going to do is go over and go ahead and turn on our monitors. Turn on our studio monitors here. So we'll do that. Okay, the one thing I want to check, since the volume is down and I've got this here, we'll want to check our preferences. The reason for that is you can see when we go to audio MIDI, we want to make sure that output device has our mixer. There it is, MG10XU. If you would be trying to play back and something's wrong, check here too, also your system settings. See, it's also set for the MG10XU. So we're in good shape there. So now the next thing to do is to simply play back our channel. Now what I'm going to do is I'll play this and then slowly I'm going to turn up the volume, and hopefully you'll get an idea what this is like. But here we are using our studio monitors.
You can speak right to my heart without saying a word. You can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never. Try as I may, I could never explain what's going on when you don't say a thing.
Okay, so that gives you an idea what it's like to use studio monitors, and I did want to show you that as we wrap up this video. So again, in this video, just wanted to show you some basic ideas and steps of how you might hook up the Yamaha MG10XU to use with GarageBand.